Hi, I'm Adrienne Lyle. The folks at Vita are here today to offer me a chance to talk to you all in these strange and uncertain times and share some thoughts I had. I've had several things that have kind of come to the forefront of my mind through these times. One of the first one for all of us dressage riders that are so focused and so goal-oriented and always looking towards what competition is next week is how do we slow down and what do we do during these times to still stay productive but not burn out our horses or ourselves. And something that I've found helpful during this time is I have found I'm focusing a lot more on fitness with the horses, a little bit less on the dressage movements, as well as focusing on fitness of myself and my other riders. You know, that's one thing that we can take this time when we're not crazy busy to maybe change up your physical fitness routine. I've been adding in some yoga. We've been working out in the backyard, not being able to go to our gyms like we normally do, but finding ways to still keep yourself fit like a top athlete. And I think it's very important that you do the same for your horses. I don't think letting them down completely is ever beneficial for them, but think about yourself and how much you enjoy a little change up and variety and try to add that in with your horses. We've been adding in hacking days out on the road. We've been adding in days where we trot over cavalettis. And if you find yourself waking up and doing the same routine in these quarantine times and going a little bit crazy, think about what your horse probably feels like if you wake up and go in the arena and do the same thing every day. So think about that and try to add a little bit of variety into your horse's routine as well. I am very blessed at these times that most of us live here on the farm. We are still able to work with our horses and have that as part of our daily routine, which has been wonderful for my sanity, I know. But I do know there's a lot of people who are stuck at home and not able to get to their horses, and I can imagine that that's very frustrating. My advice to them would be go online and go watch some old competitions. I know FEI TV has been streaming some old championships, some old World Cups, and I've actually found myself sitting down in the evening and streaming some competitions that I perhaps had missed some of the rides and taking notes and learning some stuff just from doing that as well. I've also found myself listening, because I'm a big music person, getting some more ideas for freestyles, spending a little more time listening to music and thinking about what songs might be fun in the future to put together a freestyle for my horse. So there's a lot you can still do even if you're not able to get to your horse at the moment, and also know that your horses will be fine. They're enjoying a little bit of a break. They will not forget anything you've taught them, and you will be able to pick right up where you left off when this all goes back to normal. Another thing that has come to the forefront of my mind during these times is this big new push among everybody about your health, your immune system. You can't even buy vitamins at a lot of places now. They're back ordered online. They're sold out at the pharmacy. You know, some people have always been very health conscious, have always been good about taking their vitamins and supplements, and some have not, and this has kind of brought awareness to the forefront of that. And I think we need to also translate that into our horses. You know, we need to be taking care of their immune systems, and we need to be feeding and supplementing them properly all the time as well, now that we're thinking about this a little bit more. I use the VitaFlex supplements, such as they have vitamin C, the E. They have a lot of vitamins that can help keep your horse's immune system strong when competing, training, traveling, any of that. And that's not something you just feed the day you go to a show. This is something that needs to start well in advance to build up your horse's health. Another thing to keep in mind during these times is the kind of energy that we're putting out, whether it's going to the barn and the horses will pick up on it. If we do, we'll probably be wearing masks, we'll be wearing gloves, we might look a little bit different, we might be stressed out. Try to make yourself transmit a calm energy so that nothing around you is getting stressed, whether that be your horses, your family, your dogs, other pets. Remember that we can control a lot of the situation just by how we react to a situation. During these times, you may have to find yourself reshifting your focus on goal setting. We had big goals this summer. I was hoping to get to qualify possibly for the team and go to Tokyo. I was planning on being in Europe this summer. That's all shifted now, and I think it's important that we still have goals. My horses are in full training. I'm still working every day, but I'm working on much smaller goals. Like I'm being very picky on the basics, being very picky on straightness. Can I get my center line and my halt perfected? So you're still working on things that are very important, even though maybe the end goal, the immediate goal, has shifted to farther in the future. There's a lot you can still be doing to pick up little pieces and make everything even better when we come out of this. During these times, I think it's also can be useful to use this time as a extra deep spring cleaning, whether that be in your house, in your barn, and not just cleaning, but really going through those piles of bits and bridles you've had sitting around forever, those blankets that needed straps repaired. Take this time to get all those little boring, dull jobs done, and you'll feel, I think, a great sense of accomplishment when you're able to dive into those projects that perhaps you've been putting off because you didn't have time to tackle them. And lastly, I would say that this too shall pass. All bad things do come to an end. I think you can do your best to try to find positive things in this time. For a lot of us, this is a time to slow down and be able to connect and enjoy some things that perhaps we haven't been when we've been caught up in our very busy lives. And try to think of things you're grateful for each day, because it's easy to get bombarded with negative news from the news channels, from the newspapers, but there's also a lot of positive things going on in the world, and try to take a little bit of time and focus on those.